Okay, good morning, class. Yes, good morning. So before we start, I want you to arrange your chairs properly and pick up the pieces of papers under your chairs. Then please go back to your permanent seat silently. Okay, so your attendance will be checked from the short exercise later. So do you have assignments? Okay, so please pass your assignments in front without standing. Yes, so class, what did we discuss yesterday? Yes? Correct. So what have you learned about physical fitness? Yes, Miss Batuan? Very good. So remember that if you are physically fit, you'll have a lower risk of various health-related problems like obesity, hair problems, and hypertension. So how about its components? Yes? Correct. So I believe that you are now knowledgeable, no, in achieving an adequate level of fitness. So this time, we will improve your ways, no, of developing a healthy exercise routine. Let's try this. Now, I am going to group the class into 4. And each group will be tasked to identify the movements that are being shown in the pictures in column A and in column B. So the first group to finish will be given an additional 5 points on our quiz later. Am I making myself clear? Okay. So did you find the activity interesting? Now, try to examine the movements which are being shown in the picture. Can you make a comparison about the movements in column A and in column B? Excellent observation. So thinking about the movements, what do you think is our lesson for today? Yes? Very good. Today, we will be dealing with the various locomotor and non-locomotor movements. So the following are the objectives of our today's discussion. First is describe the different locomotor and non-locomotor skills. Second, demonstrate concerns for the safety of self, others, and surrounding environment. And lastly, present a dance using locomotor and non-locomotor movements. Now, I have here strips of paper containing both locomotor and non-locomotor movements. So everyone will be tasked to get a strip of paper and group the movements by pasting it on the board. Do you understand? Okay, very good. Okay, so class, we have 2 forms of movements that we use when we do physical activities, the locomotor and the non-locomotor movement. So let's start the discussion by analyzing the examples from locomotor movements. So what are the movements which are locomotor? Yes? Very good. So anyone who could show the class how to walk? Yes? Very good. How about how to run? Yes. Very good. So from the movement that your classmate had shown you, what do you think are locomotor movements? Yes? Very good. So now, think of things you do every day that is locomotor. Very good. So now let's see the examples of non-locomotor movements. So what are the movements which are non-locomotor? Yes, Miss Bilio? Correct. So anyone who could demonstrate to the class the non-locomotor movement stretch? Yes? Very good. So how about the non-locomotor movement bend? Yes, bend. Yes? Very good. So what do you notice when you are doing non-locomotor movements? Yes, very good. So non-locomotor movements are fundamental body movements that do not incorporate traveling. So the person experiences little, no movement. So now, think of things you do without moving your feet. Very good. So, why do you think doing locomotor and non-locomotor movement is significant? Yes? Very good. So, these fundamental body movements are the building blocks necessary for physical activities like sport and dance. So, what else? Yes? Very good. So, do you think we need to be careful while we are doing these movements? Exactly. So I believe that everyone now is well versed of the ins and the outs of this fundamental body movement. So are you learning? Very good. That's my children. So now, what have you learned today? Yes? Very good. So what are the examples of locomotor movements? Yes. Correct. So how about examples of non-locomotor movements? Yes? Alright, so do you find these fundamental movements useful or significant to human? In what ways? Yes. Excellent. So do you have questions or any clarifications? None? Very good. Now, I will group the class into 5 and each group will be tasked to choose or pick at least 2 locomotor movements and at least 2 non-locomotor movements to create a dance. Yeah. Present your dance using the song Macarena. No? So a performance rubric is given to each group so you will be guided.
And now for our individual test, please answer this activity silently. And for your assignment, describe the movements which are involved in the given games below. Write your first name if the game uses locomotor movements, and write your surname if the game manifests non-locomotor movements. Do this activity on a 1/2 sheet of paper. And for the assignment 2, print on a short bond paper a copy of your most favorite Waray Waray song. Submit it next week. That's all for today, children. See you next meeting. Thank you.